For my digital reflection assignment, I will be going over Technical Report 2, Buying versus Leasing a Car, and at the end, I will be reflecting on the experiences I had with this project. In our technical report, we will be targeting recently graduated new professionals that are in the career field they studied for. To make our audience less vague, we will assume that the young professionals make somewhere between $40,000 and $70,000. We will also assume that our young audience will be keeping fuel consumption in mind because of their lifestyles. Based off these assumptions, we will be going with the 2016 Toyota Camry SE. The Toyota Camry is one of the most reliable cars out there for our audience, and in this presentation, I will be explaining why we think leasing the Toyota Camry is the best option. This leads us to our problem statement, which states, is it more economical for our professional to buy or to lease a Toyota Camry SE? Since our audience is very broad, we will make some assumptions so we can standardize the demographic for ease of explanation. We will assume the age group of our audience is between 20 and 34 years old. We will also assume that our audience will need to keep fuel consumption in mind when picking a car, because of the commute to work and because our young audience will be frequently driving to friend gatherings. We will assume that our audience will make somewhere between $40,000 and $70,000. The reason the gap here is so big is because not all starting salaries are the same. Finally, we will also assume that our audience has built up enough credit during college, meaning that they will have no problems buying or leasing a car. For our statistical analysis, we will be using the net present value for both buying and leasing. We will also be using cash flow diagrams to compare the two options, and we will be using a price variability analysis. For our technical report, we use the net present value formula shown below to find the net present value for leasing a car. The reason this is important is because money now is worth more than money later. After doing the calculations, our net present value for leasing a car came out to be $4,613.73. On this slide, I will be comparing the monthly payments for when a car is financed and for when a car is leased. Both graphs show the monthly payments for a 3 and 5 year period. In both cases, you can see that the monthly payments are less when the car is being financed as leased for 5 years. It can be observed that for both paying periods, leasing is the cheaper option. On this slide, I will be comparing the cash flow diagrams for financing and for leasing. Both graphs show the recurring present value for both a 3 and 5 year period. When it comes to financing, the cheaper option is for the 5 year period, and for leasing, the cheaper option is for the 3 year period. The reason why leasing for a 3 year period is cheaper than leasing for a 5 year period is because when you lease, you are paying for the depreciation of the car over time, meaning that the longer you lease, the more the car depreciates in value. After comparing the two with the cash flow diagrams, the cheaper option is still to lease. After extensively researching whether or not the young graduated professional should buy or lease the 2016 Toyota Camry, we have came to the conclusion that the professional should indeed lease the car. One reason why leasing the car is the better option is because it is by far the cheaper monthly option. Another reason is because leasing the car puts our young professional in a very powerful position. One can either buy the car or sell back the car at the end of the lease, putting the consumer in a win-win situation. And now a quick shout out to my group, 5 Guys. Everyone contributed evenly and everyone worked efficiently to make sure the report got done on time. In my opinion, the technical reports were the most beneficial assignments we did in this class. Technical Report 2 was the second technical report we did in CEE 300, and while both were beneficial in terms of acquiring the technical writing skills, Technical Report 2 was by far the most beneficial. The reason for this is because of the decision to buy versus lease a car. Almost everyone faces this decision in his or her lifetime, and writing this report will not only help me, but it will help everyone else who reads this report. All of these reasons are why I think Technical Report 2 was one of the most valuable things I will take out of CEE 300.